Hey everybody, what's going on? How you doing? Thanks for coming in. Looks like we got 40 people waiting in chat. I appreciate each and every one of you for showing up. Let's say hello to everybody who's out there in chat. There's more people coming in, so as usual, we'll holler everybody out once they get in here. But we got to start someplace. I see Betty. What's going on? A couple crosses fishing. How you doing, sis? Avid fisherman. What's up, buddy? We have Bassin Kitty Hunter. What's going on? That's a new one. If you're not subscribed, I'd appreciate your subscription. Click the button on there. We have member Brian B. Catfishing. What's going on, Brian? Good luck with the 7 to 7 challenge. I think that's what it's called. I know you're going to do fantastic. I see Lyle over at Catfish Weekly. Lyle's going to be on here. He's going to be on the panel as well. Catfish and Pappy. What's up, Pappy? How you doing, sir? Chris Uselton. What's going on, Chris? Miss Chrissy Brown, another fantastic crew member. Thank you for coming in, dear. Miss Cindy Stokes. How you doing, Cindy? Belated happy anniversary to you and Lyle. I also want to say happy anniversary to Betty and Brandon. First anniversary, their first date, I believe she was telling me. Congratulations to you two. Pappy, I said hello, Pappy. How you doing? Chrissy Brown, Cindy Stokes, Creole Catfishing. What's up, Creole? Creole was out fishing this weekend. I caught a little bit of it. I hope you guys got on some fish. It's always fun to watch Creole fishing down in the great state of Louisiana. Check out his channel if you haven't. There's Damien Mardi Gras. What's going on? He's one of the flathead slayers here on the Fox River, one of the guys I fish with. We were supposed to go fishing on Friday. That didn't happen, Damien. We got to make that happen, brother. Fins and Fines, what's going on, Bob? Bob's having his Fish a Wish tournament in September. I believe it is September. Let me look at my calendar here. September 18th. I'll be part of that. I look forward to it. Maybe I can get Damien to be on the boat with me. He could be my Joey. You hear that, Damien? We'll talk about it later. But fishing with Big Mike. What's going on, Big Mike? How you doing, sir? I appreciate you. Fishing, cooking with Mike Chavez had a great spatchcock chicken video this week. Check that out. I love cooking chicken that way. Speaking of chicken, if you guys, after the show, check out my new short I put out, speaking of chicken. I think it was a little fun thing I kind of put together. I think you'll enjoy it. Fishing Local 336. What's up, buddy? Freddie's Outdoors Adventures. What's going on, Freddie? Gene Tillman. Get hooked on D Fishing. What's going on, D? How are you, dear? I appreciate you. Glad you guys made it home from the store in time to catch the show. Gene Tillman, what's up, Gene? How are you, sir? Mike Greenwell from Greenwell Fishing. What's going on, Mike? Green Machine Outdoors. He's killing it off his kayak lately. Has Life. What's up, my man? How you doing? I did see your name. You'll have to forgive me where you finished on the tournament that Ryan Bortz was in. It was cool to see you up there. I'm glad you're getting into the kayak thing. I know you're going to do great. James Kirkpatrick, how you doing, sir? Jason Lamb, what's up, brother? How you doing? Jay Fox Hunter, how are you, sir? John Patrick Jr., what's up? Howdy, Justin's Fishing Fetish. Say hello to Gabby for me. The great Kim Burnett. Check him out on Facebook and Instagram. He ties some really mean jigs. LG Bass got a PB this weekend. Fishing with Aaron. That was a big fish. Elizabeth Kirkpatrick. What's going on, Elizabeth? Elizabella, I'm sorry. Luther Harlow, welcome. Martin S. from the UK. What's going on, Martin? Maurice Kaysen, what's up, buddy? Mike Irvin. Mole Creek Fishing, what's going on, Robert? How you doing? Papa Ed. Philip Williams. Pontoon Jody Catfishing. I think that's a new one. Pontoon Jody, if you're not a subscriber, I'd love your subscription. Robert Anderson, what's up, Robert? How you doing, sir? Shady Grady, I like that name. Sean Abney. Takedown Catfishing with Kenneth Powell. What's up, buddy? The Bullock Experience. I think Kelly's show will not be happening this week. What's in your tackle box? He has prior engagements. The Weekend Angler. What's going on, Josh? How are you? Caitlin got her PB this weekend. Congratulations, dear. Van Taylor. What's up, sir? Want to be outdoors. What's going on, Matt? I'm glad you picked up that rod rack from Lyle and William Warner. Pork Chop. What's going on, Pork Chop? Let me scan through this list real quick. I see 2 Stans Fishing. What's up, Stan? I see 3+1 Outdoors. Brian B. I said hello. If I notice anybody during the show, there's Fins and Fine. Fish Snatcher. What's going on, Fish Snatcher? Rolling through this. 48 wonderful people in chat. So and Palmetto Cats. What's going on, Kevin? How you doing? We're going to have some guests come in. So I am announcing 1 versus 1 Survivor today. It's been a while in the making. I've been kind of busy. It's been kind of hard to do. So we're going to get this thing put together. And hopefully you guys will enjoy it as much as we're going to enjoy being a part of it. Now, in order to get the rules set up, or kind of the basis of what this tournament's about, I invited some people that know what they're talking about. Let's invite Fishing with the Chad. What's going on, Chad? How you doing, bud?
I'm looking forward to winning this.
We're going to talk about how people are selected. That's going to be another one.
Who wants some of this?
Do I have to answer that question? You might not like the answer.
What's going on, Mark?
How you doing, bud? All right, next on the list, another person that's experienced in the online fishing tournaments, Kevin Laken from Palmetto Cats. What's going on, Kevin? How you doing, bud?
What's up? Yeah, and Chad, nobody wants that but D.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah, exactly.
You sure you don't want some of this, Kevin?
I'm very sure.
And also, we have the kayak man himself, Ryan Bortz. He's definitely making waves in the kayak catfish tournament world. We're also going to have Lyle Stokes pop in here in a little bit as soon as he finishes up closing out Catfish Weekly. Speak the devil. There he is. The one and lonely Lyle Stokes. People, you're going to have to sit tight for a minute because I need to take care of something. Kevin, Ryan, don't get offended, okay? Hold on. And lonely Lyle Stokes. All right, that's better. We got to get Lyle up on top here. It's an inside joke, Kevin. It has nothing to do with you, buddy.
What? To me, Kevin's on top. I'm the last on the list again.
You're right where you belong, down at the bottom. Yeah,
Hey, you can grab those, Mark, if you click on our screen. You can drag it around. Yeah.
Oh, good to know. It'll make it even faster for future years. We'll leave it like this right now. We wasted enough time.
Before we get rocking and rolling here, Chad, bring it. Ain't nobody afraid of you.
Oh.
Nobody.
All right, so let me start off a little bit by saying what I am doing. This 1 versus 1 Survivor is basically a bracket tournament. Okay, what I'm going to do is I figured that the most amount of anglers that I can get in without it taking like 4 months to finish would be 8 to start. We're going to do this one with 8. So that means there's going to be 2 sets of anglers, so 2 1 versus 1s happening at the same time any given day. So let's say on a Saturday, we will have 1 versus 1 and then 1 versus 1 again. We'll have 4 anglers and myself, whatever guest hosts or anything on at that time. Now, selecting those 8 anglers is going to be done through a randomizer. What I will do, let me put up the email address. If anybody is interested in this, you can definitely just send me an email at that address. I made it up just for the competition. It's 1v1 at Catfish and Crappie. State that you want to be in it, and I will put your name in the randomizer. What happens is I will pick a name. Let's say I pick the first one, and let's say I pick Lyle, right? Lyle will have a chance to pick from the list of attendees or the list of competitors that want to be in there. Okay, there'll obviously be a couple of exceptions, but I'll make the calls on that, and I'll take the heat for that. But they'll be very few and far between. I can guarantee you that. We're going to stick to my basic rules for the most part. So Lyle will get to pick from the list of people that's available. If that person chooses to take them, then what happens next is those 2 anglers make their own rules. Now, this is going to get a little messy here, folks, but I think it'll work out well. We are all adults, right?
No.
No? Okay. This could...
my only rule is I win.
That's if you get selected. I will be doing the random selection live sometime this week, depending on how many people we get in there. I figure a deadline will be before Saturday. I'd like to get it picked sometime either Saturday during the day or later on Saturday in the evening. I'll make an announcement for the selections. If you can't be there, let me know. We can talk on the phone. We can get something worked out. That being said, so is that pretty clear, guys? What do you think about selecting competitors that way?
I like it.
I like it.
Does it seem fair?
Yeah. If I do have to say, if I don't get selected, then I'm throwing a tantrum like K&B anglers would.
You know what I called him? You fit the bill, buddy.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I'm having a hard time seeing comments here. StreamYard's telling me this is a private feed, but I don't think it is. Okay, so once we get that done, I want to make the announcement of what the prize is going to be. For the winner, the last man standing, no other competitor will get a prize. You'll get bragging rights if you win in advance, but other than that, the winner will get half the super chats. I plan on giving prizes away. I'm currently taking donations from creators, and I am in contact with a couple of companies that might want to do some giveaways. So stay tuned for that. But the winner, the last man standing, will get half the super chats minus YouTube funds and taxes. We'll do the math. We'll figure it out. Also, there'll be a winner among the crowd that'll also get a matching cup. I'm giving away a cup as well for the trophy for the highest super chat towards it. So the highest super chat amount will also be considered one of the chat box winners as well. So we're going to start from there. Hopefully we'll have a lot of good prizes. I'll be giving away some Catfish and Crappie merch, and I'm pretty sure I can muster up some other stuff. So if anybody wants to donate some stuff to the prize, or to the show, what that does is get your link in the description. Definitely get a mention. If you send me graphics, I will put them on the overlays and stuff. So we'll get that there. So that pretty much covers the prize and the super chats and the audience participation. 8 competitors, all going 1 versus 1, and it'll be a bracket. So you go on. Now, let's say Kevin and Chad are up against each other, and Kevin wins, obviously.
Why did I say I would come on here?
Take that, Chad.
So Kevin has to make another set of rules up with Ryan because Ryan beat his competitor in the chance before. Well, what happens is Kevin wants to say, I want to catch only in a boat, and Ryan says, no, only in a kayak. Well, I'll have final veto. If you guys can't come to an agreement on the rules, you will be forfeited.
My big butt don't fit no kayak, so you can eliminate that from any.
So that'll give a little incentive to the people actually coming to some sort of agreement for the rules of their 1 versus 1.
I'm thinking there might be several of us that don't fit kayaks.
I think you might be right, Lyle, me included.
Well, the fact of the matter is I'm just too old for that crap.
I'll just tie 2 kayaks together.
Always a
one under each cheek, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. Get in my
I'm going to have to get some video of that.
All right, so those.
I'll sit in Ryan's kayak with him.
Also, I'm thinking. I wanted to ask everybody's opinion in chat and on the counts on the panel. What kind of time limit would you guys recommend on this?
4 hours, 4 to 8 hours. I would say. I was going to say 6. Lyle says 4.
Lyle says 4. Kevin, what do you think?
4 to 6.
4 to 6.
You see, after about 6 hours, unless you still got a bunch of prizes, people start getting a little bored with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or either that, or if they're catching a bunch of fish. So
Yeah.
if they're catching a bunch of fish, people will stay in there. Obviously.
And the narrator, the guy doing the talking at home, his butt starts forming towards that seat. You know what I mean? After that long a period of time. So I would recommend having some. I'd like to recommend somebody to come in to help you out doing that, so you can get up and walk around, knock them dimples out.
The ones that you got to sit on when you have hemorrhoid surgery.
That's right.
I can say, and I know Kevin's done quite a few now. The couples tournament last year, I did 6 hours Saturday, Sunday. And while it might not seem like a lot, it is.
But look at the great helper you had.
I did have some great help, and I was getting there. Dad. Your nursing home is almost ready. I did have some great help that came in and gave me some breaks and stuff like that. Obviously, Dean was the biggest part of that.
Yep.
But I am dropping it. I'm dropping it down to 5 hours this year, Mark. I mean,
5.
Yeah, 5 hour live feeds. I don't think you should probably go any less than 4. But I think 5 might be a good number. I think it'll give people a chance to catch fish, and I think it'll keep people interested.
Well, I've done 6. I've done 6 and I've done 4. I know Ryan's an Ironman. He'll sit in that kayak like for a week at a time.
Yeah, so but he's half our age.
Yeah, this is true too. Well, maybe not.
And half our weight.
Yeah, pretty much. So this has been my experience. Now, Kevin and Chad, let me know what you think about this. 4 hours seemed like it was good, but it just seemed a little too short. 6 hours, 6 hours, people start getting restless, both on screen and in the chat box. So I think Chad's doing 5 hours. I think that might be a happy medium. Do you guys agree?
I would give that credit to somebody else, but yeah, that's not a bad number.
I'll give that credit to Lyle then.
No, I don't need it.
It's all his idea. See, Kevin, this is how you achieve favorite son status.
When he's in that nursing home, he's going to be begging me to be the favorite son.
Oh, man.
Now, what other obstacles do you think I need to address before we get into this?
So you're setting time limits. So that was my biggest thing. You know, 39 hours was terrible. It sucked.
I saw that.
It was horrible. And although everybody did great until the last 3 hours, then people got angry at each other.
I did a 6. I think it was just over 6 hours one day, and people were getting really angry in chat. As soon as you announced that last man standing, what was the name of that Iron Cat that you did? The Iron Man?
Iron Cat was just the last angler standing. It didn't matter if you caught fish or not, which was my first mistake.
Yeah, when you announced it, I'm like, oh boy, I hope it goes well.
I'm thinking
it did for the most part, but the ending was terrible.
Yeah, the rest of them was good though. Good.
With putting that fish format on there, and so you still keep, there's really no time to it, no time limit, but the fish naturally cuts out the time. So
you gotta produce to get on there. I think so. I'm thinking 5 hours. What do you think, Ryan? Are you good with 5 hours?
Great with 5 hours.
Ryan's done a few of the 1 versus 1 with me, and he's had some bad luck. Hopefully, if he gets selected. So
that's what I'm choosing first.
It looks like I got 10 emails already stacked up, so there's some interest going on here.
Now wait a minute, I can't enter. If everybody else gets in it, you all stop emailing him, and they don't give
no.
We're gonna until later.
We're gonna pick random. So go ahead and enter. Everybody here can enter. Kevin can enter. Lyle can enter. I think Lyle has somebody in mind to choose from. That would probably be the only exception I would probably make outside of the list, because he's been talking about this challenge for a long time. So other than that, we'll probably figure that out. So that's good. We're getting some competitors. Again, I want to say, he's not here. I was going to say happy anniversary to Lyle. There he is. Happy anniversary again, Lyle.
Thank you. I was thirsty. I have a question.
Now, what's your question?
Cindy brought it up as I walked by from getting my water. What about the time difference? We have an issue with that because we're on Central Time. Chad and Kevin, I'm not sure about Ryan. They're out there in that way out stuff. It's an hour off from the rest of the world.
Shovelhead time?
God's country.
Shovelhead time.
It wasn't a big deal with me and Creole when we did it. I mean, I had to get up an hour earlier than he did, but it wasn't a big deal.
How about we make this? How about we make the rule that starting time for the competitor furthest east has to be daylight hours? So no one's having to start fishing at, let's say, 3 a.m, something ridiculous.
Yeah, I think that's good because I think that it's safer if it's daylight. Now, if it's a specific thing that it's a night tournament, that's a little different situation. But this is not. And if you can utilize daylight, it's always to your advantage if you're in a boat, kayak, or anything else. I know there's people that argue that, but let's face it, if you can see where you're going, it's a huge advantage to the guy running whatever kind of boat that it is.
Yeah, the only time we ever saw a big difference was we did that Super Cat give back, and Chris Flores was 2 hours.
That's a big difference.
So we had to we missed the entire bite. You know, me and Jimmy actually caught 5 or 6 fish before we even started the tournament, and then by the time the tournament started, we missed the bite.
If someone on the West Coast wants to start early, I would be willing to come in at that hour to let that angler start.
No, they would have to start later.
Yeah, the West Coast would be later.
The further west, you would have to go with the further west time. So if it was me and you, Mark, we would have to see if daylight at 7:30 your time, that would be the best time to start.
If Kevin was going to go up against Chris Flores and Chris wanted to start at 6 a.m. his time and Kevin wanted to start at 6 a.m. his time, we could stagger the starts. I would be willing to do that if the competitors requested it. Other than that, we would have same start time. I'm pretty flexible in what I can and can't do. So I'll let you know.
Again, that goes back to making up your rules before tournament day amongst the competitors.
We got a super chat in here. I wish I could highlight, and it says Bass and Kitty Hunter. I've listened to all the podcasts, and this is the first one I've caught live. Just gotta say, you and your guests keep me entertained, get me through the day. Thank you, and keep up the good work. Thank you, Bass and Kitty Kitty Hunter. Usually, I'd be able to highlight that, but for some reason, StreamYard is not part.
It's not showing comments on mine either. I'm on a laptop.
It's not showing anything. It's very odd. It's saying it's private, but we got people stacking in here. I don't think that's happens to be true. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. So where were we? We were talking about the time difference. We'll take that as it comes. We will adjust. I think the only time we might have a problem, we can always switch days to, is when we got 4 anglers scheduled for one day. But after the first 2 events, I think it'll be fine. Now, as far as dates go, we're having 8 anglers. I have a feeling that meeting having their time open might be an issue with school starting and stuff. So we're going to fit this in any chance we can. We're going to try and get in. I'm going to try and stay as flexible as possible. Everybody will have obviously enough time to get ready to watch and get ready to participate. But if I can only get, like a pair of anglers on one weekend, I might do that. So hopefully I can do the first round in the weekend. I like to do a Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to try and fit that in, and the sooner the better. Chad's got his hands up. What's up, Chad?
I got a question. We're going through all this time and stuff, but are you going to set basic rules?
Pretty much basic rules as in time limit. You have to catch fish on camera, so you got to be in the signal. And when the clock is up, unless you're hooked up to a fish. That came into play. So, okay.
So if the time runs out and you're hooked up, you get to retrieve your fish.
Correct.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay, that's if you're mid-fight. So if you're hooked up to a monster like Jeremy was the one time, we're going to let that play out, even though you're a competitor. Should the competitor have that additional time to fish until that fish is brought in?
I think so.
I think so.
I think we got to put a time limit. I can't wait for 3 hours for Creole to reel in a fish.
Are you saying he'd drag it out?
He reels fish in slower than Pops from K&B Anglers. I ain't got all day.
What else you got to do? You can tie jigs while you're waiting for him to pull in that fish.
Oh, I'm sure he'll have his vise on their boat with him.
It's not a bad idea.
So it's going to be open to bank fishermen, kayak fishermen, boat fishermen. Ryan, you got something to say? Or you...
Talk about Chad not catching fish. He's got time to tie all the jigs he wants.
That's right.
You better hope we don't get drawn.
How many is the total amount of people you're going to allow in this event?
I figure I can do 8 people. I can manage 8 people because that's going to be 4 days approximately. Unless you got somebody wants to double it up, and that's asking a lot of any angler. So. Now we're going to try and fit this in around all these other tournaments that are happening. We'll get it figured out. I know Aaron's got that 7 versus 7, or 7 to 7, but that happens overnight. So I don't see any problem with doing it during the day, at least during one of those weekends. Other than that, we'll just have to do it. We'll have to do it. Has said something in one of his live feeds. He's like, just go ahead and do it. There's a bunch of people out there doing stuff. If I wait around forever, it's never going to happen. A lot of people have been asking. Yeah, a lot of people have been asking me for it to happen, and I've been trying to get it to fit in, and we're finally going to get it done. I won't step over any regular shows or anything, but I think weekends during the days when everybody's live fishing will probably be okay.
Yeah, I would agree.
So that's my feelings on it. I know that's a touchy subject in the community, but it's
just for some people. I honestly think there's room for everybody, and with everybody, like Lyle and James just talked about it on their show like half an hour ago. There's so many new people in, you can't wait around. You just gotta do your show, and people, thankfully, we have a lot of shows to choose from. It's gonna be like cable. People can switch back and forth and pick what they want to watch. And I think
it kind of is like that now.
Yeah, and I think it's great. There's
a lot of good points to that.
Yeah,
that's right.
I mean, besides Days of Our Lives, Lyle doesn't watch anything else.
Ouch! I thought he watched The Price is Right. Is it The Price is Right?
Don't you?
I do miss Dr.
We do miss Dr. All right, Want to Be Outdoors says, Mark, kayaks are boats. You'll have to forgive me, guys. For some reason, I'm not seeing I'm scrolling through the chats. I'm not seeing the comments here on StreamYard.
No, they're not on StreamYard.
Let's see what else is going on.
Patriot James asked, is this a numbers tournament?
It depends. See, that's where it gets into it. Let's say let's say Kevin and Ryan are going up against each other. Ryan might want to do inches, and Kevin might want to do numbers. You guys need to work that out between you two, and if you can't, you forfeit.
You do that before the tournament starts. Get it handled
before the one-on-one, before the match,
right.
The matchup. You guys get it handled. You check in with me. You give me a list of your rules.
We can do it live if fish with like Spider-Man rods. We got to decide that before.
Mm-hmm. If you guys both want to use chicken. I don't care.
No.
If you're drawn out with a competitor, do a Facebook Messenger group with the competitor. Like me and Kevin would have a group with Mark if we were facing each other.
That'll work.
Work out your rules. It worked great with Kevin. I mean, it worked great for the Iron Cats.
That will work. All you got to do is include me in on that, and I'd appreciate it. I mean, we could even do it live if you'd like on here. It does not matter. Of course, we're going to have links to all the competitors, all 8 of them. We're going to have links to all the people that are donating prizes and sponsoring the event in every one of the events. So just because you get knocked out the first day doesn't mean that your links don't get carried through. Also, that being said, I want to make sure that you guys know, and I'm pretty sure that everybody's subbed to everybody here, that there are links to Lyle, Kevin, Ryan, and Chad below in the description. Please make sure, go in there, watch one of their videos. I'm going to make sure that people know they should subscribe to their channels while they're watching one of their videos if they see their content to be fit, and I don't see why they wouldn't. Right, Kevin? Isn't that how the best way to do it?
Yeah. That's
the best way to do it.
I usually won't recommend a channel if I don't think it's appropriate for kids. That's usually my cutoff.
That's a great way to do it.
Yeah, that'll be another rule. Let's keep this kid friendly, people. I know people are going to have short tempers and stuff, but if you guys want to like cuss and swear, hit the mute button. Cuss and swear at the water, and then come back on, whatever, and get it done. Do what you got to do.
One of the things is for sure that people don't realize how many kids actually watch these shows.
Absolutely.
I have the neighborhood kids watch this show all the time. They come up running up to me and say, "Hey, Mr. Mark, I had a great show," or this or that, or I'll see their name pop up in a live stream. So I really try to keep it kid friendly. And trust me, in real life, I'm not very kid friendly.
Really?
No.
Really?
Ask my little brother, the kid over there down in the corner.
He's talking to you, Chad.
I know.
Okay.
I just don't know why I sit and put up with the way I'm treated in this community anymore.
You ought to feel fortunate.
All right, so I'm going to put up that email address so people know.
You have the most colorful beard, Chad.
Yes, he does.
Is it because I'm starting to get all this white and stuff in it?
No,
You don't
it's
know what
colorful.
white is yet.
That's
son.
because
That, you have no idea.
them two up there are stressing me out so much, Kevin. Look at this. Yeah.
Kevin, you see this? This goatee is older than Chad himself. Twice
I wouldn't
Ryan's
even-
age.
I wasn't even going to go out and throw
Mark,
out
you
how
need,
old you are.
just to let you know, Mark, you've had a couple of super chats, one from Creole and one from Elizabeth Kirkpatrick.
Thank you very much. There's Elizabeth Kirkpatrick's. Again, I'd say, I'm sorry I can't highlight it. StreamYard isn't cooperating today.
And that's
Creole
weird.
Catfishing-
Usually they're on it. Like
On
it
spot.
really.
This
Yeah,
is the
usually
first
it's
time
not
it's ever done this, Kevin, and you know what I'm
Weird.
talking about how they're always there to put up. I don't even have a
I've
private or a-
never seen it. Never
Yeah,
seen
I've
it
never
happen
seen
that
it
way.
like this either.
Creole, thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate it. Miss Kirkpatrick, thank you very much. That's Lizabella. That's a pretty name. Thank you for the $2. I appreciate you both. I see Catfish and Dreams out there. Hey, I see Martin S. UK. Give me £5. I think that's the first British pound I've gotten as a
Cool.
super chat. That's pretty cool. Thank you
That
very
is
much,
awesome.
sir. So
I want to
Kevin,
recommend
is-
something to the people that are going to do the tournament. Come up with some fun rules too. Like you have to speak with a British accent the whole time,
Yeah, I know.
or something silly like that. That'll make it more entertaining.
We just got some British viewers on my channels, and
There
I'm
you
not
go.
going to do anything to make them mad.
Can I please win and get? I'm going to draw Kevin because we are going to be doing the one rule. You have to sing 80s rock style, everything you say.
Let's do it.
You know, I got to watch this for 5 hours. You guys are going to torture me with
Yeah.
Think about how you've treated me now.
Oh.
There we go. You could have you got to do one karaoke song every hour. How about that?
Oh, no.
I think there was a halftime, in the Glizzy Masters. I think he had a half. No, it was the Potomac tournament. The guy who arranged it said they had to have a halftime where they sang a song.
Catfish and Dream says they have to use clicky language.
Oh,
I don't know what that is, but
Lost on that one.
Kim Burnett says, sorry, Chad, I like you.
He's got a fan.
I like Kim Burnett.
I do too.
And you know what? I could like raise you so much money, Mark, because I can say, you know what? If we don't reach $1,000 in super chats, I'm gonna keep singing.
They just start turning you off.
Where's
and
my
that
checkbook?
money will just start pouring in for you.
Yeah, I bet.
And then somebody like Ryan, who's been talking smack and pointing fingers at me and stuff all night, would win it.
yeah. I think there's going to be quite a bit of smack talking, especially from the man in the yellow shirt.
Patriot
Really?
said,
If
"Do a
he
roast
wins,
fish off."
if he wins the draw, so
Yeah.
that's a thing.
So when will the draw be made?
I told everybody let's make a deadline of Friday, and then Saturday I'll do the draw during the day. I'll do it live on my channel. I'll use a randomizer. We'll go from that. So if anybody wants to go back and watch it, it will be up on the channel for you to view.
Do you have your 8 competitors?
That's what the draw is going to be for those 8 competitors. I'm going to pick those 8 competitors. If they're there, I'll let them choose somebody else from the list. If not, I will just draw 8 people. And those people can pick anybody who's either won or hasn't won, and some people will get bumped off the bottom if that happens. So it's a call out. So the people that win the drawing are the ones that get to do the calling out. Yes, Chadwick.
All right. So once you do your drawing on Saturday, so you have your 8 competitors. Are you going to do how are you going to get to choose who gets to call out first? Call out. Are you going to do it on a randomizer and say
first person in the draw? He'll have the number 1.
Okay.
I have a
So
clarifying
he gets
question,
first
too.
choice.
And he can call anybody out, not just on that list. He can call somebody else.
It depends.
That
I'd
was my
rather
question.
somebody on the list gets called out, but if Lyle Stokes has somebody an idea and he does get the draw, I can't not let Lyle Stokes pick Dieter Melhorn because he's been wanting to do that for a long time.
Absolutely. I
So
will choose Dieter Melhorn.
I'm gonna management priority here. I'm gonna take on that. Hopefully people won't get upset, but I want to create a good show for everybody
I
to
know
watch.
Kevin has a clarifying question, but I have to throw this out there. What happens when Dieter, who wasn't in it, beats Lyle's socks off with chicken, and then he
You're going to see an old man cry like a little girl. I'm going to tell you right straight up.
Lyle has to get his boat running to take Dieter on. That's going to be the hard part.
If I got to rep one to fish against Dieter, I will.
That's a good point, though, Chad, because if you call somebody out that's not signed up for it, then and they didn't want to go the whole time.
Well, I think that if he's not on the list, it would only be fair that you choose somebody on the list. As much as I'd like to beat old Dieter with his chicken, I would not do that. I would choose someone on the list just because it's and there's no question I beat his pants off.
Speaking of chicken, did I mention I got a short that I put up today? You guys all need to check out after the show.
I hope he's watching. I really do. I'll get some phone calls tonight.
I mean, he did have that incident with the fish.
Yeah, well, that won't be allowed. If you're talking about what I think you're talking about, that won't be allowed.
Yeah, he released that video the day he was on my show, and I want to thank him for that very much. So,
I mean, you had Catfish Dave in your show because of
I had him trolling in my chat. That was kind of fun.
Man, gotta love old Dieter. He's my bud.
I want to tell all the creators out there too. You never know who's watching, and you'd be surprised who's watching in the background. There's always somebody watching.
Yeah.
And they're always welcome here. Come on in, folks.
Well, there's a lot of the big creators that watch a lot of the smaller shows, and they never say anything. Sometimes they do. But a lot of times they'll watch because they want to see what the up-and-coming competition is for them.
I think you're overcomplicating. I just think they're slow typers and they don't want to say hello to everybody in chat.
Well,
right?
and that's a lot of it too. But I think that they watch for several reasons.
Well, I want to give a shout out to those people that aren't in chat that are watching, the big names out there. We're out here because of you guys who came before us, like Lyle Stokes. So mega kudos to you guys. We really appreciate everything you guys did for the catfish community. You guys are awesome. So I don't think anybody here on the screen would disagree with that comment.
I tell Justin Johnson all the time, I'm like, hey, I appreciate you paving the way for me, but I'm trying to pass you up.
There you go.
Good luck with that.
You got to stretch there, but I think you can make it if you keep going.
I got long legs. I can step.
There you go.
There you go. All right, let's see if we got any questions in chat here. Please, if you have any questions about the tournament, please preface your questions with like some question marks. That makes it a lot easier for this old guy to read. A couple of things I want to remind everybody about. We got, I believe this weekend, starting on Becca's channels, is the 7-to-7 tournament. So check that out. I believe that's on Friday, if I'm not mistaken. And are they doing it 2 days? They're doing it Saturday overnight too, right?
It's Friday to Saturday one weekend, and then Friday to Saturday the next weekend.
And then the next one's going to be on Stan's chat, correct?
Correct.
I believe on Stan's channel. So check that out. That's going to be a long overnight. I've been in some of those overnight fishing marathons. They get interesting from time to time. So if your kids are in bed, feel free to turn them on. That's all I'm going to say, which is a good thing.
Wants to know what day this 1 versus 1 will be on.
As soon as I get the competitors list, we're going to do it the very next weekend if the competitors can do it.
Oh, wow.
So we're going to try and get this one done before Chad's. When is yours, Chad?
Mine is the weekends of October 9th and 16th. So that's Saturday, Sunday, as of right now.
And I would do it on the same day Chad's doing his, but I offered to help him, so I'm kind of busy that weekend. So Chad got lucky.
Yeah, I told Cindy it was in September. I was completely mistaken about that.
So we'll get it done. We'll work around some of the stuff, but we're going to try and get this done and get the survivor their prize money and their fame and fortune, I guess we'll call it. So, any other rules you think that I need to bring up?
Like I said, just to add to the base rules, water type, I know it doesn't sound important, but making sure that, if you want like no pay lakes,
No pay lakes.
that's a rule,
yeah, that's
right?
a big one.
No
No pay
natural
lakes
baited
allowed.
holes.
CPR.
CPR,
Yeah.
CPR, everything. I thought, you see, those go without saying for me. All right, CPR, no pay lakes, right?
Hooked in the mouth.
Yeah, hooked in the mouth, no snagging.
I like that rule. I lasso fish from time to time. I know
No, they don't count. They don't count, cowboy. No lassoing.
I'm definitely watching every fish. Well,
Now-
it
now
only be
here's-
one or two, but I'm watching them.
No, here's an example. If Ryan doesn't have access to a boat, he's got his kayak. Well, a kayak is a boat. We're not going to get into that argument here, right? So if Ryan wants somebody else to be on a kayak and that person doesn't have a kayak, for instance, and they can't get along, I'll say, you guys are both fishing for the bank or you're disqualified. Those are the types of judgments I'm going to make. So,
and I'm not going to request that out of anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
I don't see those kind of issues happening, Mark. I think if anything, it's going to be if Dieter was to enter it and Lyle was in it, and Dieter said, "I want the rule to be you can only use chicken," and then Lyle's going to go and lose his lid, and there's going to be a big old blow up argument. That's the type of something you might have.
We're supposed to have a 1 versus 1. He's to use chicken, and I'll use whatever bait's in the lake, and I'm 100%. I'm 100% good with that, and he never had a spanking like I'm going to lay on him.
oh my goodness.
I did finally try chicken.
No, I ain't trying no chicken.
Right. It did not get a bite.
Yeah, me either.
Just put chicken. Look, chicken.
See what I started now?
The whole chicken.
Chicken don't work.
Chicken.
Kevin loves chicken, so be nice to him, guys.
No,
I don't
I mean
mind.
I use it. I use every bait that catches
Yeah, I
fish.
never ice fish.
You can tell by looking at me that I love chicken, but
Especially fried.
Kentucky fried.
Not some Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I like Cindy's fried a lot better, but I'll take whatever I can get.
All right, so let me remind everybody, 1v1 at catfishandcrappie.com if you want to be a competitor. If you want to donate some prizes to that creators, you'll obviously get your links in the description. You'll get your time in the showcase during the giveaway. Definitely, your goods will be showcased. If you send me your graphics and stuff, we'll definitely get those up on screen as well. We'll help everybody out. Any companies out there want to do some support, those are definitely welcome. I got a couple of feelers out, but I'm waiting to hear back from them. So we're not going to wait any longer. We're going to move forward with this stuff. So,
and from the guys that's watching the show tonight, thinking about what's wrong with those guys, this is all about fun. We're having fun with each other here. It might sound like we're gouging a little deep, but it's all meant to have a good time. We're basically we're all friends. And we ride each other like horses, but you have to understand that like Dieter. I've known Dieter since Chad was a baby, and it's all about having a good time. It is. It's not. We're not. None of us mad at anybody. We're just kind of ragging on each other a little bit.
we do.
Speak for yourself.
Except for Chad. Excuse me.
3+1 Outdoors asked about a start date. I kind of explained that. As soon as I get all the competitors in and we get them picked, the sooner we get them, the sooner we can get started. If I can get 4 competitors together, get some of that those prizes and stuff for the people in chat, we'll start the very next weekend. So we'll knock them out Saturday and Sunday if we have to, and I'll give the 8 competitors their choice of days and see if we can't work it out. If I got to come in on a Monday morning to do this, I will. I'm here for everybody.
If I have to take off and call off work on a Monday morning, you just let me know and I'll make it happen.
All right.
You just want to take off work anyhow.
I got
another.
Kevin keeps taking off his hat to show off all that hair of his. I'm starting to resent that.
Who does that?
Holy smokes. Oh, and look at Ryan, too, these young guys with the hair.
Oh, man.
I need a haircut, man.
Yeah,
you want some, Chad?
Me too.
What?
I think I'm going to let mine get long enough so I can comb it over. What do you think?
I'll tell you a funny story. We went up to that benefit for Cindy's nephew this weekend, and I seen a guy that I hadn't seen since he got out of the Army, in 1974.
Wow.
And he got a ponytail down his back. I was so jealous. I haven't had one. I haven't had any hair like that since when
What,
Cindy and I got
33?
married. What?
What, since like 33?
Not quite. Since Cindy and I got married.
Yeah, 1933.
And here's Donnie, a guy that's 3 or 4 years older than me, and he got a ponytail halfway down his back, and I can't grow hair halfway down my back. I can grow it on my back, but not halfway down.
Bass and Kitty Hunter asks, is it one rod versus one rod? If competitors choose to make that a rule, it can be a rule. I'm going to make the rule that 3 rods max, depending on your local waters. So let's say competitor 1 can only use 2 rods. Competitor 2 that's going up against them will be stuck to using 2 rods as well. We will adhere to the laws, and the max will be 3. The max I can have here in Illinois is 3 rods, as long as one is marked as a bank rod, which means you need to have your name, phone number, and your, I believe it's your license number on there. You can use it. So if I'm going up against Chad, who can have a trout line hanging off the back of his boat like he usually does, but doesn't catch fish, we're going to make him only use 3.
Well, you
don't
want trees like this?
On there.
They're hating on the Kentucky unlimited rods, man.
That's one of the things that I disagree on any state that has that. There should be a limit on the rods. Some of them are 10, some of them are unlimited. Ours is 3, but you can put 50 some. How many ever hooks you can have on a trot line if they're all labeled with your name and address or conservation number? And I think that's wrong. You know, there's only so many you can reasonably. And who wants to catch that damn much bait? Dieter, he's going to Kroger's.
I mean, want to be outdoors. Matt asks, what if you don't have graphics? If you don't have graphics, if you look at the bottom of the screen, you see 1 versus 1 at catfishandcrappie.com, which is the email address to contact me if you want to be a competitor or a sponsor. I will definitely put your name and your YouTube channel there if you choose to sponsor the event with merch. So we can get around it that way. I wish I had time to make everybody graphics, but I have barely enough time to make my own. I apologize. But if you can come up with something, I'll be more than happy to use it. All right. Now, Van Tyler, welcome, asks, how do I contact you to donate? Well, you can do is do super chats during the event. I'll also have my PayPal link in there. Just make sure you put in the note it's for the 1 versus 1 survivor, and I will apply that to the winnings for the winner. And if you do make the payment through PayPal, obviously there won't be YouTube fees. There will be taxes taken from that because I will be 1099 for any intake. I claim that on taxes. I'm married to a tax person. I don't get around that stuff, so I'm stuck with it. Hopefully that answers your question, Van. I appreciate you asking a good one.
Did you say that was Van Taylor?
Yeah, Van Taylor.
I forgot to message you, call you this weekend. My bad.
Imagine that.
I got a question. So if we're fishing the 1 versus 1 and say it's a 3-rod thing, can I still run my 4 rods and just designate the 3 that I want to be?
All right, now that's a good question because I know Ryan does multiple tournaments at one time sometimes, right, Ryan?
Yeah.
All right, well, what we'll do, we will flag that 1 rod as the blacked out rod. That doesn't count. If there's any problem with that, if anything, it's an advantage to your competitor because who knows? What if that one rod's the hot rod? You're going to lose out on that. So, but you will have to designate 1 rod not to count. I think that would be okay. And obviously your competitor might have to agree to that as well, but I don't see anybody not agreeing to that.
It just depends on how mean Ryan's been to me that week or 2.
Oh, well, you're not letting me have but 1 rod because that's the way you're going to beat me.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Avid Fisherman asks, Mark, is this a one-time 1 versus 1? Avid, if you're in against Chad, if you and Chucky are 1 versus 1 and you beat Chad, you would go on to the next level until there's the last person standing. So it could be a one-time if you lose. But other than that, you'll moved. It's a brackets tournament, just
so
like
it's not double elimination.
Yep, it's elimination tournament.
Not double.
One and done.
But I think
twice.
But I think what he might be also asking is, will you do this again, possibly, right? So
Oh yeah, I will be doing this annually. At least the plans are. So we'll do one of these every year, just like Chad does. Next year it'll be more organized. We'll have the days set way in advance. So
I have a question. Is it can the competitors choose to catch another species, or does it have to be a catfish?
If they, let's say me and you go head to head, not that I am not going to be in it, but let's say we do, and we say we want to go catch bluegill or brim, we can do that. Sure.
That's cool. I like
All
that.
right. If they want to do that, can do that. But I mean, 5 hours of catching bluegills, that's a lot of bluegills.
Well,
Yeah.
that's all he can catch.
What? No shad, no cast nets. There's a rule that's coming up. It's sport fish. We'll keep it to sport fish. If I have to say that, then we got some problems here.
Bluegill's not a sport fish in Kentucky.
It is in Missouri.
I can cast net all the bluegill I want for a day.
Really?
Yep.
In Missouri, you got to throw them back to catch them in a cast net, just like bass.
Here too.
That's crazy how them rules are so different state to state. And they could organize that if they just get together and everybody say, okay, we're going to do it this way.
A Snake River Catfish Slayer, what's going on, buddy? He says, depending on when this is, I might be able to toss in some Snake River rod holders. Just hella back ordered. Well, you contact me with that email. We can talk a little bit about it and see what your time frame is on that. So I'd be interested on seeing what they look like as well. So let's see what else we got here. Lyle, Freddie says he sent you a PM on Panfish Nation. Uncle Jeep, how you doing? Uncle G says, how about I donate bad advice? Sure, we can do that. That's what a lot of people in chat do. They give bad advice during these tournaments, don't they?
I'm thinking right here in this group that's on this panel could give some bad advice.
If you want some bad advice on fishing, just watch my channel.
I don't give the...
Watch my live streams. I don't catch fish at all.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's the
me.
one thing, too.
That's
The
me
live-
right now.
The live stream curse is real. I don't care what anybody says.
It drives me
I mean,
nuts.
I'll catch, I had a couple of good ones, dragging baits for channel cats, but chasing a flathead has been uphill the whole way. As soon as I turn on that camera, they seem to climb up. So hopefully we'll be able to break that
some
soon.
good channel videos.
I did a 4 live stream last Friday night, or not a week ago this past Friday. 4 hours, one fish. We turned the camera off, ran to the other end of the lake, and had 5 more fish in 30 minutes.
Yep.
People in chat talking about bluegill challenges. I'm telling you, that's something that needs to happen.
We can do that too. Chad has been thinking about having that. And when Chad does that, I'm going to go after that one hard. That's one that I'm going to do. Definitely.
I need to just, one of the problems, and you said it earlier, Mark, is one of the reasons I haven't is, I know I've been busy and doing some different stuff and had some stuff going on, but I'm one that I don't like to go over top of other people, but I'm just going to have to do it. I'm tired,
Weekend through the day,
every
days, you can expect that. But
every time I hear
at night,
bluegill, shellcracker, brim, Kevin gives me this look like
I have to say,
I'm going to sing to you if you don't do this.
It would be like some of them guys that's got them big red ears. They call them shell crackers. We call them red ears. Doesn't matter what you call it. You got them weighing 4 pounds. That's kind of an advantage.
Yeah, the John Jeffcoat, man, he
wow,
has some big ones to prove it too. Holy smokes!
Yeah,
even Kevin's been getting on some big ones, haven't you, Kevin?
Oh yeah, we got some big bluegill down here and big shell cracker.
Now that's gonna people out your way are gonna be weird if I head out there and be like, yeah, I want to go catch some shell cracker, and they'll be like, what? What about the blue cats?
I'm thinking that
shell cracker's
take a
big
trip
down
out there just for that tournament.
If we do how far are you from Patriot James?
About 3 hours.
Oh, so it is a little ways. Maybe I'll have to do a tour out that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, shell cracker's a big thing down here, especially in the spring. They bed in the spring, April, May, and you can. My dad and I, if we can get on a bed, we'll catch a limit, which is 30 a person in an hour, and they're all
crazy.
They're all like 1 pound, 1.5 pound shell cracker.
My God, that'd be some of the greatest eating ever.
And it's fun. It's just so
Yeah,
much
they're
fun
blast to catch.
with the brim buster that we use. Man,
Nick from 618 has some awesome videos catching shellcrackers off the bed.
Yeah.
and
It does.
Ty's Pig Patrol, he catches some big ones too.
Oh,
He
dude.
does. Yes, he
He's
does.
big about everything.
On
he
that, the
fishes.
ones he caught on Lake
True.
Havasu, did you guys see that? Holy
Yeah,
smokes!
they
In
would just,
Arizona, is that the
Yeah.
one?
That's the one.
That crystal
Clear blue water or clear
That's crazy.
gin clear water. So
They don't need a side imaging. They just run up there and see them in
Look
the water
down.
and fish for them.
But now they got water they can see 30 foot deep in. Where
That's unbelievable.
you can see a foot and a half deep. You're doing good.
Oh, most of the time you can't see your hand under the water around here.
okay, so once again, 1v1, not one versus one, but 1v1 at catfishandcrappie.com. If you want to be a competitor, we'll get that set up as soon as possible. If you guys want to share this out on social media, let people know if they want to compete, fine. I do require that you're a subscriber to my channel, you're a subscriber to Lyle's channel, you're a subscriber to Kevin's channel, you're a subscriber to Ryan's channel, and you're a subscriber to Chad's channel. These guys are helping me out. They're also, I'm also going to look to them to help me make any decisions that's going to cause some heat my way. So I'm going to look to them without telling anybody how they voted, and I'll be the one that takes the heat. But these guys have a lot of experience in this tournament world, or doing the online tournaments, offline tournaments, YouTube tournaments. So I'm glad they were here to help me work this out. I really appreciate you guys.
You're very welcome.
That's all right. We don't mind staying in here with you. It's the Chad that bothers us.
And that's a better valid point by Lyle. So I am on the panel of ultimate decision makers. So if you want to keep running your mouth about the Chad,
I just trying
I'm
to
just saying.
I left out the part where Chad gets half a vote.
I'm just trying to keep people from being mad at you, my son.
All right, so contact me if you want to sponsor the event. If you want to be the event, be in the event. I'd really appreciate all the help. I know the people in chat are going to appreciate it. Kevin's the one that started doing all this stuff. Sometimes he sounds like somebody calling bingo on at church on a Friday night when he's got all these prizes. Hopefully I can sound half as busy during the show and give all that stuff back. Also, if you do plan to donate stuff to the event, I'm going to request that rather than you ship it to me, you ship it to the winners. So
there's the key right there.
Yeah, so hold on to the stuff and we'll make arrangements to do that. And I expect people to be on the shipping of that pretty quickly. So
well, people have to understand this shipping has got expensive. And there was days when we was shipping out 15, 20 prizes on a Tuesday after a Monday night show. And you don't think $3 or $4 is much money. And it's not if you're shipping one or two, but when you're shipping 15, 20 prizes out at $3 or $4,
it adds up.
And some of them are a lot higher than that. It adds up.
Even when Kevin had his golden whiskers, which, I still have the 3 back here. I don't know if you see those, Kevin. You see them?
I see them every show.
I keep them back here all the time.
You,
I even donated the money to have them shipped to me. I'm like, why the heck?
I'm telling you, Mark, you may want to consider, the half of the super chat, especially if they keep them, they ship it themselves. Like all the super chats that I ended up banking paid for the shipping. So,
so I'm going to insist that if you're donating stuff, you're going to ship it out yourself, and I'll need verification. I think that's a good thing. Look at this. We all got them. You need to get one of these, Ryan.
Yeah, I tried real hard.
Ryan, don't feel bad. I need to get one too. This is my wife's.
I actually got a hold of Kevin this morning and nominated a new video category that I thought is so funny. Today, he actually opened up a new class, what do you call that category?
Yeah, new category.
So,
Kevin, do you have a category for short of the year? I think you should have one if you don't.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We'll do it.
I think you might have to do that.
Hey, I'm guessing Dockery's going to win that. Short of the year. Get it?
No, wrong type of short. There.
Oh, you are literally like 0.05 of an inch taller than him.
For the people listening at home on the podcast, what we held up were our Golden Whisker Awards that we received from a show that Kevin does every year. We were nominated by our peers and voted on by our viewers, and we were blessed enough to win. Me and Lyle and D were the Ryan will get one this year. Chad's going to try again.
I've got one in there that takedown of the year. I've got
one of the most prestigious things that I've ever won. I have to admit, I was very proud to win that.
All right, guys, we're right at an hour. I don't want to keep these guys any more than I have to. They're busy men. They got important stuff. But if you could hold on for 1 second so we can talk real quick and I can thank you after the show. I want to thank everybody out there watching. I want to thank everybody listening. You guys are great. Remember, contact me at 1v1. That's the number 1, the letter V, the number 1 at catfishandcrappie.com. I'm saying that for the people listening to this on a podcast. If you want to donate, or if you want to get into the lottery to be one of the 8 competitors, we're going to get this started as soon as possible. It could be as soon as a week from Saturday, and we'll move from there. So I appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming on. I want to thank you guys for watching, the people listening. Let's make this a great event. I think we can. Peace. God bless. Get out there and